Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jamie. I'm a 33-year-old zero-base, cashless budgeter and stuffer. And today we're here to stuff my envelopes for the first week of December. So we've already gone ahead and budgeted everything out. If you missed the video on Monday, you can go ahead back and watch that, see what we did. Made a little mistake or two here, but it's okay. It all worked out in the end. So we have $223.35 that we're working with for the week. So I've already gone ahead, counted out that $223. So let's just go ahead and get started with my variable expenses. So buffer, we are going to skip. We always skip buffer, just sits there, covers my transactions since I am cashless. Just sits in my debit account, and then I just move the money whenever I make a purchase. And then it also covers IOUs. Crochet by Jamie, we are adding $5 for the week. So we have $10, $15, $17, $18, and $19. And that is my Etsy shop. It is linked down below if I remember to update the description before posting the video, which I'm trying to get better about. I went back a couple weeks ago and I redid all my descriptions, and I think the last one I did was in August. So, but I've been better since then. Gas this week is going to get 60, so 50 and 60. And in gas for the week, we have 51, 50, 60, 71. And I spend between $60 and $70 a week on average on gas, so this is a pretty nice buffer for me. Groceries, we are doing $20. So that is 20, 40, and 1. And I meal prep, shop at Aldi, and mooch food off my parents because I live 2 miles away from them. So that is why my grocery budget is so low. Prescriptions, we are adding 5. So we have 10, 15, 20, 25, and $30. And my prescriptions are $10 each. So that is a month's worth of prescriptions at least for me. The one I pick up every 3 months, and then the other 2 are once a month. So spending this week is going to be getting its normal 5. So we have $5, $7, and $9, and I can spend that on anything that I want. And I do. So that's it for my variable expenses. So next we'll move into my high priority binder. So we're starting off with car costs. We had $375, and we are adding $10 this week. So that should be $385. And we have 1, 2, 3, 20, 40, 50, 65, 75, 85. And I do need around $800 to $900 for my services that I need to get done at the end of the year. So we have 4 weeks to save another $500. But I have a plan. And I hope it works out. So we'll see how that goes. And I'll also door dashing more at the end of the year. Is not part of my secret plan, but it will help as well. All right, debt payoff, we're going to give another $10. So that will color in 1 bubble. 1 bubble at a time will eventually get me this credit card paid off, and then we can get to the next one. So we're adding 10. And we should have 170 in here now. So you have 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. That's so close to the end. 20, 40, 60, 81, 20, 30, 40, 50, 65, 170. Got there eventually, right? I feel like that's what happens in my videos is I make dumb mistakes, but we get there in the end and it's fine. It all works out. The important part is it all works out in the end, especially when it comes to money. All right, festivals this week, we are adding $25. So we should have 50 in here. So we'll add a 20 and a 5. We have 25, 35, 45, 47, 49, and 50. Slowly working our way up to where we need to get to, which is like $600 by mid-January. So I said slowly, we'll get there. We'll get there. Gifts this week is getting 10. And I do need to unstuff this. I spent money on my final physical gift. So we'll need to unstuff it, and then from there it's just saving for the experience gifts that I'm getting my grandmom and my dad. So we should have 55 in here now. So we have 20, 40, 55. I don't know why I counted that so badly. And then final envelope in this binder is taxes. We are putting $10 in taxes for the week because I didn't have much taxable income. So we should have 510 in here, which at least we're over 500. So I've never owed more than $600 in taxes, and that was a long time ago when I was working at Kmart full-time, making $8 an hour, and doing Postmates a lot. So I wasn't getting much of a tax refund because I barely made any money, and then I had to owe a lot in taxes because of Postmates, and I didn't know you can claim mileage whenever I did Postmates, because that was back when I was in college. So you live and you learn, and we should have 510 in here now. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 50, 60, 70, 85, 95, 500, 510. Beautiful. I don't remember what I had in taxes last year. I should go back and look, because I feel like I had a really good amount of money, but I didn't need it and I just reallocated it. So it is kind of better to be allocating less to that and then actually putting the money where I need it right away. But it all ends up in the same place. It just gets there a little bit slower this way, or a little bit faster this way. Okay, so next up is my low priority binder. For this binder, we do not count the cash. We do not update the trackers until we do the next cash condensing, which will be coming up fairly soon, I think. Most likely in December. I'm going to see if I can make it until January with just like the spare bills, the prop bills that I have, but we'll see what happens. So body mods, we're adding $1. I know I love doing cash condensings because it's so nice to like see the really thick binders get like thin again. Electronics is getting $1. And plus I get to see the progress that I've made in these envelopes that I don't count regularly. Fitness is getting a 5. Hair and lashes is getting a 5. And it's so tempting to just count up these envelopes, especially when they get thick like this. This one's starting to get a little bit thicker. I don't know if you should be able to tell. But yeah, it's starting to get a little thick. It's opening by itself, so eventually it can break, especially because I made these myself and they're not great. So the goal is to not have them break. Shindigs and Shenanigans is getting $1. And travel is getting 5. Especially for like some of my long-term savings. I just want to know how much is in there. I want to know how much is in my 52 cats challenge, because she's thick. Speaking of 52 cats, this week we are adding $27. And same thing in this binder, we do not count the cash and we do not update the trackers other than this tracker until the cash condensing. So we're coloring in a very beautiful blue cat. We have 25, 27. And 20. I did this in the worst possible way. And 7. And I'm pretty sure I'm up over 1,000 now because all the cats I have left are smaller. Got rid of all the big boys. All the 50s, 40s, and 30s are already done. So I feel like I should be close to 1,000, if not over 1,000 at this point. And I'd like to use the $1,000 placeholder. That'd be real cool. And thin out this binder, or this envelope, because look how open that is. Okay, so cats, my children, they're getting $1 this week. My home improvement fund is getting $1 this week. Remember when we had, you know, almost $4 grand in there? But it was not my money. It was from my home insurance payout. Medical is getting $1. But it was still really nice to have that money and be collecting that interest. Missed that. Month ahead is getting a 5. Round up today. Let me grab my calculator. I have to remember to erase this tracker before I film my unstuffing. We were adding 35 cents and we had 83.67, adding 35, so 84.02. So we do not get to color in another bubble, but we do get to grab $1 and add that. So I'm gonna go ahead and count, and we should have $84 in here. So we have 50, 70, 80, 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why I forgot how to count there. And then we have $10 here. $10 here for Savings Challenge Saturday. We're getting pretty close. We're getting very close on 2 challenges. So hopefully we can get those done, because she's a big girl. She's thick. So binder can still close though, so that's exciting. It's bowed. It's big, but it closes. So that is going to be it for this video. We are all out of cash. We've stuffed every envelope that I have in my system. So we are all done for this video. If you have made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Please like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. My cat's meowing right now, so if you don't know what to say, just leave a cat emoji. I think there's a couple different colors, so whichever color cat is your favorite of the choices, even if it's like the lion or the tiger, that's cool. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you on Friday for my cash unstuffing.